everyone, this is Monkey from the Busy Adults podcast. In this episode, we talk about the do's and don'ts of in-person etiquette since we're starting to go back to in-person gaming and we feel like you may need a refresher. So let's jump right into this week's episode. That was different.
Interesting. Yeah. That is new.
By continuing to be in the meeting, you are consenting to be recorded. Yes.
Is that what it just said to you?
Yeah.
It said, all it said to me was, this meeting is being recorded.
That's what it said in my ear, but on screen it said, you're consenting.
Yeah, it asked for all of our consent.
Whoa, new terms.
Yeah.
Well, they probably have to. Because based on the different laws of different states.
Yep. Just like every, buddy has to tell you, hey, by the way, this is being recorded for training purposes.
That's true.
So, yeah.
This is not being recorded for training purposes. It is being recorded for the Busy Adults podcast.
Wah, 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 wow.
Do a little jig.
Yeah, guys. So, welcome to the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about do's and don'ts of home player DM etiquette type shit. Since seems like in the US, lockdowns are being lifted, mask mandates are being lifted, and so on and so forth. So we're probably going to get back to in-home gaming, guys.
Heck yeah.
You know how nice it is to raw dog pure air without a mask?
I thought that was going somewhere completely different.
I had trust in you. I knew where it was going.
I was going to bring it around to naked D&D sessions that turn into orgies, but okay.
We're all married.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
We're close. We're not that close.
It's called swingers parties. What the fuck? Are you living in the 1950s or 20s? What the fuck's with you?
Apparently, because we don't swing.
All right.
I don't share, okay?
Does your dick hang low? Oh, what?
I love all of you guys equally, very much so. I'll share anything I can with you. However, I don't need to be seeing none of that. Maybe an ass. I'll take an ass on a bad day, but any of the low hanging fruit is I'll pass.
Oh, it hangs low, baby.
Oh my god.
And let's be honest, this ain't top tier stuff over here. You don't need any of that.
Yeah, my stuff's not even bottom shelf. It's in the back. You gotta ask for it.
Not because it's premium either.
Nope.
Anyway, guys,
let me move this box to get to that shit and to put that shit. Oh, there we go.
God. But yeah, guys, welcome to Busy Adults D&D podcast.
Where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons, nerdy things, and all things tabletop. And apparently swinging.
And getting fucked on a tabletop.
Oh my god. Yaka's drunk, by the way. Or he's getting there.
Which is one thing that you might not want to do at your next upcoming tabletop game.
But we will.
Really?
We will.
I was gonna say.
I won't be coming.
Well, some people, I'm fine. We're all fine. We were friends. We were friends before we started playing D&D, and we'll continue to be friends after. But some people might not appreciate getting all slurry and not knowing how to count your dice and, just being drunk at the table. Being tipsy and having fun at the table is just fine, but if you don't know how to add,
don't be belligerent just to be belligerent.
You're fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah. But we start our sessions with a shot of Fireball. And Jaeger. Or Jaeger.
Yes.
Or apple pie if there's any left.
Yeah, apple pie was for a long time. Like, hey, welcome. Here's the shots of fire or apple pie. Have fun.
Yep.
I'm like, really? Yup.
Yeah.
There was Fireball.
But yeah. I think it's nice because it just kind of warms us all up and gets us friendly.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, things happen. People die.
There's
Super
I don't know.
crabs.
I don't think any one of us have gotten belligerent or anything like that. Mostly because we all have to drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, yeah, you get shit-faced, so it's fine.
He doesn't get shit-faced, but he has pretty much fallen asleep DMing at the wheel. Because he's been tired.
That's usually because I'm working fucking 12 hours and it's like my one day off. It's like, okay, guys. And you're all like, have you gone to sleep yet? Nope. Let's do this.
I had a nap on the way home.
Just to throw it in there, one of my pet peeves about the D&D thing is when people go, what? And then you have to re-explain a situation that's happening in-game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it's typical, but I bring it up just because I remember the first campaign where we'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. And we look at you, Drake, and you're like, what? I'm like, the DM's so gone right now.
He's just tired. But even as players, focus, guys. I know it's not your turn to attack something, but focus. I know you're probably not into a whole lot of RPing or story or anything. Focus. Put the phones down.
Boy, you're not throwing our wives under the bus or anything.
They're still kind of new.
They're kind of new, but they're prime examples for it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I love you to death. I know you're probably going to listen to this, but put the phone down.
Like, I don't have a problem with them on the phone during the session, because, I mean, there's not a whole lot of role play. The only problem I have is when we're in a fight where the action is what they want to do, and then they don't pay attention.
And then they go, oh, is it my turn? And...
Oh, my God. Yeah. What do I do?
Yeah. There's that, but it's also like...
What do you think you do?
There's been times where we've led up to, like, in our last campaign, where, like, shit would start to go, and I know, like, hey, this can be solved diplomatically, but the two murder hobos that we're married to are gonna fuck this up somehow. Yep. Love them to death. But so they're gonna get angry because they haven't done anything, and they're tired of role play sessions, so they're gonna swing. And it's usually my wife that's the first one.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And then... like, oh, hey, what happened? Well, get the fuck off your phone. And I'm not going to lie, there's been times where everyone goes home and it's like, so, do we want to go to bed or do we want to air the grievances out right now?
Yeah, we've had the same. I will say Jenny's gotten better with the role play and paying attention, but
oh my gosh, yeah.
We're going to have to kind of ease back into it because I'm sure she's just either going to want to talk to your wife or look at her phone while things are happening. So... we're going to have to ease back in.
Yeah, me and Candace went to a mutual friend's bridal shower, and we talked the entire time. We stayed back with the bride. We talked with her. Like, we were still talking, and everybody else had cleaned up the entire hall and put all the gifts in the car and everything, and we're like, oh, shit, I guess we better go. But we're just catching up over the last, year and a half that we haven't seen each other. So, as much as I love D&D, I don't think we're going to get to it in a home game in our situation for a couple of sessions, like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I literally think it was episode 14.
Yeah,
I was listening to, and like we even mentioned like, hey,
we need a hangout session first.
Like our first D&D session might as well be like a one shot or something that we don't care about, or like Yaka's like, hey, let's do Munchkin or this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah. And just to get it all out there, just to, have fun again before we have to start thinking.
We really haven't seen each other in, like, Ray said, a year and a half.
Right.
It's time to catch up on what we haven't. Just, be awkward, get the faux pas out of the way.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah. And maybe that's something that you can implement into, if you're starting to get back together in game with your friends, audience at home with have, the first hour of your session or even the first couple of times you get together, have D&D or your tabletop, whatever, be kind of low so that you can just socialize and be people rather than being players.
Or even just a couple just simple one-shots even, just to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, just to hang out.
Yeah.
Because, it's, like I said, we're all friends, we know each other, but it's a little disrespectful to be at somebody's table and not be either interested or prepared for your turn, or just not listening at all for those other ones who are interested in engaging with each other. You know, it might not be your jive, but the best you can do is just sit quietly and listen to the situation. Maybe take notes at that time. Yeah. If you're not, you're not going to be the person that's into role playing, or the opposite. Maybe you're not into the fighting. Take notes about the situation.
Yeah, I like the Munchkin idea just because we get really silly as a group. I just remember the one time we played with
Drake's sister.
And Candace was there. Yeah. No, it was his sister. That was one of them.
Yeah.
But I think the other one was with his wife, and I got the sex change card or something that. And so I had to flip, and I just totally changed my voice to be more feminine, which she thought was hilarious. And then I got a card to change something, so I changed myself back to male. And then all of a sudden we get a dungeon card, which flipped everybody's sex, so I went back to female.
Those dungeon cards are fun, but goddammit, they're also a pain in the fucking
ass.
Yeah.
They fuck shit up.
Yeah, if you guys haven't played Munchkin, absolutely do it. Pick up a couple of the expansions. So
get the
worth
base
it.
set, and then get an expansion or two.
At least play the base set a couple times by itself, and then figure out what expansions you want.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. I just have the base because I love just the base set by itself.
Right.
But like, there's some cool ones, like that vampire one you picked up. That one's pretty sick.
That was fun.
Yep, that one was cool.
You'll have to walk me through it, because I know it exists. I don't even know the concept of Munchkin.
It's simple. Super simple.
It's a card game. You have a character. I think your goal is to get to level 10.
It's super simplistic D&D.
Monster, you get a level. But you also have the other players that are trying to dick you over, do stupid, crazy shit. Like, then they have a dungeon expansion, which dungeons add things. And there's normally one dungeon in play, but they also have another dungeon that can be multiple dungeons. So one time we were playing, and
Dungeonception?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And one time we had the dungeon that you can have multiple dungeons out, and we had the dungeon of gender ben along with the dungeon of tentacles.
Sounds right up my alley.
Yes, it is.
The Dungeon of Tentacles literally has like all the pictures, and it's heavily implied hentai, and it's just... And it was funny because like this was played after we had a big... Like, I was still living at home. Candace and I were together. My folks were down in Florida, so we had my wife, Monkey, Jenny, my sister, Andrew, and his girlfriend at the time. We all had a sit-down dinner. We all were drinking wine, and then we busted out, and I think Yaka was there too, and we busted out the fucking liquor afterwards. You want to talk about just goddamn, like, crazy shenanigans, because, like, the dungeon of female or gender bend is, like, if you refer to someone, because, like, the minute it's played, you have to go, okay, what is your opposite sex name? Well, luckily for us, Ray, we both have the same name that works both ways, so we don't gotta do fucking shit.
Mine's easy.
But, like, people who completely flip, if you refer to them in the wrong one, it's like you lose a level or an item or both, and you're just like, well, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And the items you can get are helmet, weapons, I think armor, and then boots. And,
but they're crazy shenanigans.
Yeah, they're all special, like magic type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So not just a simple, hey, you have a short sword. It's
like the boots of butt kicking.
Yeah,
there's literally boots of butt kicking.
Yep.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, and we'll play it because you'll love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
It's super easy to get into, and like it's a blast to play sober. You start getting tipsy and shit, and it is like, oh my god, amazing.
Mm-hmm. So
and the nice thing about it is it's not like you run the risk like Cards Against Humanity, where, you know, there's been times where you play Cards Against Humanity and no one gets any good cards, and it's like, wow, this sucks ass.
Or you have fucking Satan come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's fun time.
It is fun times, but it's just fucking out of nowhere.
Right.
My favorite
Munchkin always is
Cards
good.
Against Humanity card of all time is Geese. I don't know why. I just love Geese. Yes! It's the best card! Because everybody else is like trying to shock factor or whatever, but Geese?
Canadian
So-
geese are assholes. Fuck them all.
Yeah, we get a lot
Fuck
of
those
those.
endangered bastards.
They're not endangered.
No, not anymore. They were.
Oh.
No, that's eagles.
Well, I know eagles were, but Canadian geese were.
I'll ask the internet.
Ask the internet.
But yeah, so definitely, you know, when you do get back and get all the craziness out, don't expect to jump into the epic story that you may have been telling. You know, maybe if you were like, I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about rebooting Gitgrum just because.
It's been
And when I say reboot, I mean literally reboot. Like, hey, you got your characters, we'll say you have your shit, but like reboot it just because it's been long. And the only reason I'm like hesitant to pull the trigger is I have all the fucking notes. So
I know.
I'm like, I really don't need to do this, but it's a thought just because, you know, maybe people want to play different characters or shit like that.
I have 20 characters to play.
Yeah, I know.
It's
So,
been a long
I mean-
pandemic.
It has. Plans.
I mean, I really want to play a wizard, so I might just keep the same old guy.
I
Right,
really want to
yeah.
play a bard, so I'm gonna keep my same guy.
Fair enough. That, like I said, that's fine. I was going to talk to you all about it
Yep.
first.
I'm into a reboot and restarting over because we're gonna spend the first 3 sessions not knowing what the fuck even happened.
Oh, yeah,
Like-
absolutely. Like, I vaguely remember what kind of happened, but I have no idea where we left off. I just know we left the dude after he died. We left his girlfriend or whatever in some cave with something that we didn't want to fight because they were too strong. We said, okay, bye, see ya.
Oh, I remember we sold meat to people. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I remember that. But that's it.
But that's
all
it.
I remember. I barely remember the beginning of it with the fucking orcs.
We got banned from the dwarf stronghold
Yep.
in the mountain.
Yep, you're right. That was
I had a sandy ass.
was that before or
Um,
after the desert with the stronghold? I can't remember.
That was
That was
After.
in the
After.
middle. Like, we traveled through the desert to the
stronghold.
dwarves,
Okay.
Yeah.
and they blamed the death of that one on us.
Yes.
Yep.
And even though it wasn't our fault,
Yeah, at the
but they
skeleton.
banned us
Somebody
anyway.
had to be blamed.
Yep.
Fucking
As a DM, this
bitches.
makes me so happy. It's been like a year since we've played, and you fuckers are remembering like the whole story, and I'm like, I don't need to reboot this shit. You fuckers know what the hell's going on. Like, I'm literally looking at my notes, going, "Holy fuck, they know what's going on." Fuck this reboot shit. Like,
You know?
Yeah, because we
And then-
just got to the town where Yaka is from, and he met that guy that he knows.
See,
And
I
I'm
don't
like,
remember
"Oh, what
that.
the fuck is up with that guy?"
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. I didn't know it was up with him either. He just threw it in my backstory. I'm like, okay, I'll play along. And then later I went back to him like, hey, can I add something else? Yeah. And I'm like, you know this one person I know? Add this to it. And he goes, oh, yeah. Because I was like, I know exactly where he's running with it.
Oh god.
So there's a home game due. Talk to your DM or your players about just a random idea you have. Like, oh shit, this just happened in our game. I think it would be really cool if XYZ. Talk to your DM. They're probably gonna, unless
Yeah.
they're assholes. 'Cause I know you're an asshole. Or Drake, I know you're an asshole, but you're a different kind of asshole. If they're not an
Not wrong.
asshole, they'll be open to the opportunity. I know that I would be so open if one of my players came to me and were like, hey, as a player, this happened in the story, it made me feel like this, and it makes this want to happen. I'm like, yes, I love it, give me more.
That's why I did the necklace thing. Because
Yes, I love the necklace.
I want to talk to you about Aaliyah, but like, I'm so terrified that this, like, I don't want, like, I want to get attached to Aaliyah, but I don't because I don't know if this campaign's gonna really.
keep
Live
going.
again?
Yeah.
We'll see. I would like to get
Yeah.
it. There's there's no reason for me not to get it going again, but I've been really busy, and we've got other stuff happening too. So
Yeah, it's not so much on you that I'm worried about it not living.
Well, the others already asked.
Well, because the other 2 players that are in our game, they're gonna have a baby in a hot minute.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, I don't know if this thing's gonna live. Like, the baby will live. Now I'm talking about the campaign.
Well, yeah, I hope the baby will live. Shit.
Well, I'm putting it out there. I don't want them to be like, oh, baby, and I'm like, I don't think this thing's gonna live, and they're like,
yeah.
Oh my God, Drake is an asshole.
If
like,
something
no,
happens,
I'm not talking about the baby.
If something happens, it's Drake's fault.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Drake the witch doctor here putting a spell on the motherfucker before they're born.
I want D&D, damn it. Fuck the little crotch goblin.
That sounds about right. God, that's one thing I wanted to play in Pathfinder was a witch. They look badass in Pathfinder.
They do.
Yeah.
They do though. That Oracle for sure. I wanted to do an Oracle because of all
Oracle's
the
different, but
customization.
witches were like a little wanted to be a warlock.
Yeah, they were
It
shitty
wasn't.
warlocks
Yeah.
with some weird hexes and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Which I thought that was cool. The hex thing was really cool idea, and that's the only reason I really wanted to play it.
Summoner, Oracle, and Kineticist were the 3 classes I really wanted to play.
Well, suggesting things to your DM may be a do, but don't metagame, please. I hate that
Oh,
so
God,
much.
yes.
Like, if you know what's coming down the pipe because you talk to the DM, don't be so, like...
I still remember, I think it was in the first campaign when you had the guy with the blood shield. Like, he was kind of reincarnated. These cultists reincarnated him, and every time we went to attack him, his blood that was pouring out would come up to defend him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I unintentionally metagamed so well that I figured out what the exact shield health of the fucker was and exactly how he worked, just based on our damages that we did to him. And
See, I don't really consider that. I mean, yes, that's metagaming.
Yes, it is.
But
not like to a dick degree.
Okay, to Yaka's point.
But you figured it out.
I did.
Yeah.
Easily.
I see it. You see that on Critical Role. Again, most of us are huge Critical Role fans. Part of me is dying because at the time of this recording, tomorrow's or Thursday's supposedly the last or second to last episode.
Coming to an end.
Yeah. So by the time this comes out, it may be done, guys.
Yeah, it probably will be done by the time this thing comes out. Like this won't be aired till like a month later. So like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not ready to say goodbye to the Mighty Nine. Like, I'm literally like the 10th Doctor reincarnating, going, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say goodbye.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to like Ray and Yaka the last like week because I've just been on like this binge tear before I even found out because I'm now off of 7 days down to like 6 days and have a day off here, and I just stay up at night, keep my 3rd shift schedule. And I play Valheim while y'all fuckers are asleep from like midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning. And I binge watch.
Yep.
I worked last, week. And I remember texting the group thread to you fuckers like, hey, I literally have nothing to do. I'm working overtime and I'm watching Critical Role. Like, I have 2 people I have to like make sure don't die. And one of them's within like, I can spit on. Like, she's 10 feet away from me. So I'm just watching Critical Role while making sure these parts pass the test. So yeah. But no, to Yaka's point of don't metagame. I've played with people who will have either the monster manual or they know most of the fucking monsters, hit points, AC, and you're like, oh, you're fighting, adult red dragon. They're like, oh, that has 100 hit points to 120 in AC. God. Like, they have everything down to a science. And yet, they're playing a
barbarian,
brain damaged barbarian who's never seen a dragon, and yet they know how to take it out, and you're just like, really?
Yep.
Like, you barely know how to walk and talk, character-wise, but yet you're gonna come up with, like, freaking General Patton-esque battle plans to take out this fucking red dragon. Like, fuck off!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've definitely metagamed in the past before when I was a new player, just knowing certain things by, you know, watching D&D games or listening to D&D games, like a troll. I think after playing for a while, we all know that if there's a troll, you have to set it on fire or lightning or something to stop it from regenerating. And you bring, you know, for the most part, you would bring that up in a game. Like, oh, we know about blah, 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 blah. But I was in a different game, and with players I had never played with before, a DM I never played with before. So I was extra careful about stuff like that, because I didn't know them very well. So I would ask the DM. I'd be like, okay, you know, I know, me, the person, knows this about a pit fiend. Does my character know this about a pit fiend? Can I roll an intelligence check or a nature check or something, you know, to kind of get around the fact that I, the character, know? If I make the roll, then that's great. I can share with my other players. Maybe they know it too, but in game I can share with them, hey, make sure that you are using a silvered or a magical weapon against this pit fiend because he's resistant to not, you know, anything
Not
that's
magic.
not that.
Yeah.
If I didn't make that check, then I wouldn't be able to share that with the other players. They still might know that at the table, but it's not in game. I'm not like making a thing about it. So I've tried to be really careful about stuff like that too.
That is one of the best things you can do as a player, is be like, hey, to prevent metagaming, be like, does my character know? Because, like you said, yeah, you know that XYZ, but again, would your character? And I know we've done that a couple times. You're like, hey, would my character know? And I think it was like a troll thing. And I was like, you know what? Trolls are common enough and well known that, you know, light these fuckers like a torch or poison. Yeah, so you would know.
That reminds me
Or
of when,
acid.
me and Yaka were trying to take teeth trophies from the
Yes.
troll, and it just kept growing from them. Like, God damn it, we want the trophy.
Yeah.
Fire.
I really wish we could have.
I know, we had so many plans.
That was frustrating. I mean, because, I mean, to your point, like, bringing it back to Critical Role, I can't remember. I think they're fighting some monster, and I can't remember the guy's name, but Caleb Widowgast. He knows, and I'm pretty sure Taliesin also knows
Liam
a lot
O'Brien.
of these monsters that they face. Huh?
Liam
Liam O'Brien. Yeah. They know a lot of these monsters because they played D&D forever, but like Sam and Travis Willingham, they're brand new players. They don't know these things, so like it ruins the fun for them when they don't get to experience the first time facing this monster, even though these other two people have already faced this monster.
Yeah.
And they're ruining the game for these new players.
I agree. I think that like people who do metagame hard at the table when it comes to monsters, when it comes to story plot lines, like people who play modules, somebody who has played, you know, what's the one we talked about? Ravenloft? No.
Yeah.
Ravenloft or Strahd or something like that. They may have played that game 10 or 15 times and they know that they have to go to that barn to get that fucking thing or something. I've never played it before. Like, that's not fair. I'm just trying to have fun.
Right. I want to learn the story myself.
Yeah, I want to be surprised in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we kind of all have an idea of some of these modules, but I want to be surprised in stuff. Those people spend a lot of time making those books for a person at the table to ruin it for everyone.
Speaking of Ravenloft and surprises, the monsters in there, holy shit. They don't have stat blocks. They don't have stat blocks because they're not supposed to be killed.
Oh.
Yeah, like they're terrifying as fuck. The one that lives in the handy haversacks.
Uh-huh.
Fucking terrifying.
I haven't gotten that far.
Fucking terrifying. Holy shit.
Take a look.
Yeah.
If you have recently bought the Van
Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Yeah. Take a look and be afraid.
Be very afraid. Because, yeah, the monsters in it, again, most, if not all, I didn't look at all of them, do not have any stat blocks. They only have information about them, what they are, what they do, how they became to be, and what the players are supposed to do. Like, run the fuck away.
Scary.
Yeah, terrifying. But I will say, I like the undead warlock. It's pretty fucking cool.
Do it.
Oh, is that a new...
It's a new...
pact?
Yeah, new class thing. Yeah. It's
right on.
Awesome as shit. So there's the Undying, which I guess is kind of shitty, and then there's the Undead. The Undead is amazing.
I bought that, but I haven't uploaded it to any of our games yet, so I haven't. I don't have it for everyone at this moment, but when I do, I'll let you know.
I've just been looking at 5e.tools, and they have everything there.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking cool. Thanks for listening to the Busy Adults Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and pretty much everywhere else on the internet. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you listen to Busy Adults. That's BUSYADDULTS. Now, back to the show.
Take notes. Take
Yeah.
fucking notes. It's like DM players take fucking notes. Like DMs as a do. If you got a laptop or a desktop or just some type of computer, OneNote is your friend.
Yeah.
Ray's holding up like a whole page.
All the notes. And they don't have to be detailed notes if you're a player. Just jot down quick references.
Bullet points.
Yeah.
Bullet points.
That's all you need.
Names.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're trying to infiltrate a place, draw a basic map based on the DM's description of things that you found or can find or what people have told you. Draw a very basic map. That way you have it to reference. We did that when we tried to break into the blacksmith. That didn't go very well, but I made a map of the entire area based on what I saw as a player when I went into there and what the DM described. It helps.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I do like about the electronic note keeping is like just thinking if you're a DM and things are going good, it's all right there, right? But shit goes sideways. You don't want to DM no more. You can slip in a new note, which is called TPK, and then you end the whole thing right there.
I mean, you can do that regardless, but yeah.
Like I know, like with my OneNote, I have it broken down. Like I have a tab or a chapter, whatever you want to call it, for OneNote of characters. This is all that's happened to the characters. Have another one of towns, lore, gods, goddesses, like it's all broken up. So, and then I even have one of like summaries of sessions. So it's like yeah, OneNote is your friend. Like I've seen some people that are like, "Oh, I use Word," or no.
I mean, I showed you one that was from Pinterest. And it's just one sheet of paper, and it has like plot points and other things to take notes on, and you literally just keep it in a binder, and like chronologically, you have a physical copy of everything.
It's great. Like I used OneNote when we were in one of the campaigns that we were in. I brought in my little laptop, and I would be taking notes on there. Like it's great because we would hear the name, whatever, Control F, literally Control F. Find the word cave or something. It would bring me back to like, oh, look at this note here is in reference to this date. Hey, we were in this cave, whatever, and then we found that thing there. Like, It's so easy to use and helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Notes are huge.
But don't take notes to the extent that you're not paying attention to what's happening. Like, you can
That
go
would be
too
bad,
far.
yeah.
You don't need to know what color robe this guy... Well, maybe you do.
For the most part, no.
And sometimes you don't need to know everything exactly how the character says it that
Yeah.
you're talking. The NPC you're
Bullet
talking
points.
to.
Main people, anybody's name that sounds important. Locations, special items, directions that somebody has gone. You have maps and stuff. Fucking write down what kind of maps you have and what they point to. Shit like that.
Objectives.
Yeah.
Enemies.
Symbols.
Symbols. Just any small detail that will help you get back into the story if it's been a long period of time between sessions.
Yeah. I guess a don't for me. Unless you're a brand new player, don't come to the game without at least one set of dice. Don't do it.
You have your
Unless you're
exceptions.
brand new. If you're brand new,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
my exception.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. You definitely need dice, but I also understand sometimes, you're a busy adult, you think you have it, and you don't. Like, okay, don't make a habit of it, because,
I mean, I disagree with it just because I'm like, sometimes I want to be an asshole. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that 6d6, one roll, two
That's
roll. And
different.
I don't
If
know.
you
That's
have
just
a
mean
set-
you have a set
But
of
that's
dice.
joking
though.
among
you have
the
a set of
group.
dice. Like
That's
you at
exactly
least to what Monkey's saying
Yeah.
is you have a dice, so you're literally going to be Caleb Widow guessing going 1.
Yeah. I'm not
2,
expecting you to be a wizard and
3.
having fucking raise
Oh,
horror.
I rolled
7.
2 nat 20s on this big fucker.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not expecting you to be like Ray and have a horde of dice just sitting.
Hey, I'm getting my dice set back.
Good.
So I'm slowly building it. So
Good.
I'm happy.
But at least one set. It can be the cheapest set of dice that
Right.
you have found, or it could be, your simple Chessex dice. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Just Amazon
Anything.
it,
I don't
bro.
even care
Yeah.
if it's the reject dice from Amazon. $5
Yeah.
for 200 fucking dice. Go for it.
I don't know if I do that.
I would at
Just-
least you have dice. At least you have dice. I'm actually okay if you have an app
Right.
on your phone that'll do the dice for you.
Oh, that would
I
be
don't know if
better.
it'd be better, but
Yeah.
it's something.
I think it'd be better than showing up with one set of dice. Just go dink dink dink.
It's
roll.
not the
I don't know.
same.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's
Like
not.
if we're doing in person, you
It's
motherfuckers
not,
better
but
have
I
some
don't wanna
goddamn
buy
dice.
cheap stuff.
Like,
I'd
I
rather get a
might-
free app.
I might be like, okay, you forgot your dice. You can use a digital app this time. But like, if you started being like, got the digital app, I'd be like, okay, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something like if we're goddamn it, we've been off for like a year and a half of in person. I want to
Yeah.
hear those goddamn click clacks and see
Yeah.
those fuckers roll.
Yep.
Unless you're like, maybe you're like,
Guess who's forgetting their dice at the next
Ex-
session?
I will
Balls.
literally drown you in dice. You.
Ray's like, I hear you go. Have my spare
Yes.
50 cents. Don't worry, I have another
I have
100.
this barrel right here.
But you know what? That's a rule for a specific table, because maybe your DM is okay with having digital dice rollers. Maybe they prefer it because it helps move things a lot faster. Talk to your players. Talk to
Yeah,
your DM.
I mean-
Yeah.
Keep it. Maybe you're dyslexic or you have some kind of like learning disability or stuff where numbers hurt your brain. Like, it's not good. Maybe a digital dice roller will be good for you because when you roll it, it tells you,
The
know,
final number.
it
Yeah.
adds adds stuff in for you.
Yeah, I could see something like that. And, I gave into the dark side, and I'll probably turn it into busy adults as well. But I downloaded TikTok.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
And
I've been
dun,
watching-
dun,
Grandpa.
dun, dun.
And I'll say this, like, when you first download TikTok, if you've never downloaded TikTok, it's like, what do you like? And then it just, like, dumps everything on you. So, like, you're scrolling through videos. There's some thirsty-ass bitches on that fucking app. Like, goddamn it. Like, no, I don't want to see booty shaking. I don't want to see,
why
like,
not?
hi. Like,
because they're probably
slutty
12.
cosplay.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. That would, yeah.
YOLO, how do you spell that?
like,
All right,
like some
Diddler.
of them, some of them are like, oh, hey, you're way too young for this. And then others are just like, wow, you peaked in high school. High school's been over for like 10 plus years. And you're just a used flappy sack of cum stains,
Oh
basically.
God!
Yee, that's graphic.
Like an old
Welcome to our
couch.
campaigns, guys.
I love it.
But no, what I was gonna say is a lot of D&D videos and just stuff like that. I look at and D&D ideas, and one person's like, "Hey, I'm a DM. You know what? I'm cool with. You bring a tablet. You have D&D Beyond, and you want to use digital dice. Hit that fucker, spin it around, and at least show me. You're cool." And I'm like, okay, that's like to your point, Ray. Like some people are gonna be cool with that. Me, I'd be like, hey, I want dice because dice.
And that's your
Yeah.
game. This is
Right, that's my
our
game.
home game.
Yeah.
That we have all agreed to. We know each other's turn-ons and turn-offs, and
But I will
like
say,
dice.
with D&D Beyond specifically, if you're using D&D Beyond, you have the entire fucking ecosystem in your device. You have your character sheet in there. You've got your dice in there. You have your player handbook in there, all paid for. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with you bringing D&D Beyond to the table every time. But,
especially if you
yeah.
paid for all
Yeah.
of like
fucking,
See, here's the
that's
thing,
fine.
those things.
Like, if you guys wanted to bring D&D Beyond, or you had it, and you were like, hey, can I bring a tablet or stuff? I'd be fine with it. My thing would be like, hey, I still want you to roll dice just because. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And segue into a don't. Leave the fucking technology to a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phones
Like,
down.
we've touched on it before. Like, I get it. There's been times where, even in our sessions, where I'll be like, hey, I shot you a message. Okay, look. But, the whole, like,
Just sit and scroll swipe,
on your phone,
swipe,
and I'm
swipe.
literally like, hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey! Oh, what?
It's your
What's
turn.
going on? Motherfucker, if I gotta give you the next thing, move on. Like, you got 6 seconds, we're doing real time right now. Like, what are you doing? You better have something set up.
Oh, I couldn't handle it.
I could.
Please don't make me make a decision in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm a spellcaster.
That's the
Here's
problem.
the thing. I ain't gotta worry about you because,
Right, we pay attention, generally.
you got, it's more of the wives and that. And listen, I get it. We are so, like, our games are just so crazy because, our last home games were, we had Ray Muffin and we had my Ollie who was walking, and it's like, hey, the kids have been running around and all of a sudden they're quiet. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Like, what the hell's going on?
Which
Yep.
is going to be even worse now that we
Right,
have
now that we got the
three
twins.
three more kids to add
Plus
to it.
Axel,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like,
and
this
the
is going to
twins
be
are starting
pure
to
chaos.
walk, so...
I don't see a problem. You got a fucking fenced in backyard. Throw all 3 of them out there. If it's raining, give them a coat. Like,
Yeah, like, keep technology to a minimum.
yes. Like, I only check my phone for rules if
Yeah.
I don't have the thing immediately, or it, like you said, if you shoot me a text
Right.
of something that I would know,
And that's,
or if you need to ask the DM a
oh yeah,
secret
that's
question.
fine.
Bloop.
Like, I'm cool with that shit. It's, again, it's going to the whole, like, where they're not
Facebook
paying
and
attention.
Snapchat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're Snapchatting.
You might as well have just stayed on Roll20.
I like Roll20. Obviously, I like Roll20 for a reason, but I can be at home in my gym jams. I don't have to be smelling nice. I don't have to have my hair combed or undergarments on. I can just chill out. Like right now, you guys don't know nothing. You guys don't know shit about what's going on over here.
I mean, you have a
But-
shirt on, I can at least tell you that.
Yes, I do. But that's a don't for real life. Make sure that you're hygienic. Somehow, brush your teeth, take a shower, put on clothes,
Wear some
put on-
deodorant.
clean clothes, deodorant.
Yeah, we're not
Chew
saying
some
you have to
gum.
get like dressed up and button down and ties and all that. Just fucking.
Oh, trust me, one of these sessions when we do something different, I want, like, I would love to do like a Western type thing, like the Deadwood that Critical Role did.
I would
Okay.
love to get dressed up. That would be so much
Oh
fun.
my gosh.
But You can show up to your next game in person wearing sweatpants as long as they're clean.
Yeah.
As long as your dick isn't hanging out of them. Like,
Well, it looks like I got to do some shopping. Then.
Because if
be
you
considerate.
have a dick hole in your sweats, there's a problem. Keep that at home.
I mean, or your vagina. Don't have your vagina hanging out of your pants either.
One quick shift and everybody
Oh,
knows.
God. But yeah, just, be hygienic. I wouldn't even say be presentable. Just don't be a slob and have clothes on. And don't
Right.
smell like trash.
Yeah, don't smell gross.
Because
Yeah.
I think you do have to be
Yeah.
comfortable to a point.
Because D&D
you know?
isn't an hour or 2 hours long. It's a
Generally.
couple hours. You gotta be wearing something comfortable.
At least how we run it, it's like 4 to 6 hours
Yeah.
usually a
Yeah.
session. I mean, online, Roll20, we have, 2-hour sessions?
Something like
If
that.
that.
Yeah.
Make it snappy.
Yeah, Ray likes to make it quick. She's like, let's go. We're on
gotta-
schedule. Let's fucking
We're
go. Let's
busy
do
adults. We got things to do.
She's like, look, I planned this whole session out for you, so we're
it. For
going to stay
every
to
fucking
it.
minute, you goddamn fucking retarded bastards.
And she's like, oh, and you monkey, you're not going to go off on some random ass side quest that the DM didn't plan, because I'm going to have someone stick a barrel gun down your throat. And Billy, look at you, turn around and you take this old man's quest, or I'm going to blow the shit out of your
God
head.
damn.
I think you guys know I've railroad pretty hard in my games. Consequences be damned.
I haven't noticed.
A lot of it's
That's a
because we
joke.
have new people and it just helps the story. But it's not even like heavy railroad, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's
No.
suggested railroading.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. She's like, hey, this is what's going on. You guys can do what you want, but this is what's going on. So we're like, all right,
Yeah.
we'll just do that thing then.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to go on to another don't. And we've had it happen, but it's mainly for new players being overly attached to
Oh,
your
yeah.
character. Because you got to be ready for player character death. If it happens.
You don't have to be like me, where you have a
Like-
million characters already rolled, ready to go. But
Well, but you're not attached.
I'm generally attached to the characters, but at the same time, you could wipe them in a second, and I wouldn't even notice. Like,
Yeah, that.
Well, I think you need to be attached
I'm
to
attached to
your
them
character,
when they're
but to
alive.
the point of where you're threatening the DM and the
Yeah.
players to resurrect
yeah,
your
that's
character. Like,
Yes.
outside of game, and you're being mean to them to resurrect
Yes.
it in-game,
yes.
that's wrong.
I
That's
I
overly
would cry.
attached, in my
I
opinion.
would legitimately cry
Oh.
if one of my characters died. I would be
But
upset.
that's all right.
Yeah.
You need to have that connection.
But that's not
So-
to say that I don't also have 10 backup characters that I could
That's
just pull
right.
out of my ass at
Right.
any one
That you're
time.
also overly
Like,
And
attached
I'm
to.
also attached, yeah.
I would be upset if my bird did legit die.
My
I would. I would be
Yeah.
upset. But it doesn't mean
I would
I
be
don't
upset
have a
too.
fucking barbarian set up ready to go to smash a motherfucker.
Oh no. Did you pick a barbarian so you could smash your wife as a
Ew.
barbarian? in
I
that
did
campaign?
not, but
But
not giving me ideas.
now...
Oh, am I writing your story?
I actually already have a backstory for this guy that can be put into any scenario, so it's ready to go.
Do ask for consent when having relationships with players in games. Probably one of the first things you should do when creating a game.
Session
Don't-
0, guys.
Yeah.
It is definitely
Yeah.
a do.
Session 0, very important
Don't
for
ever
setting
forget.
up boundaries for yourself, for your other players, and just for the campaign at whole. You know, maybe there's a kibosh on romantic stuff. Maybe you can tell them that your character is asexual, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, my character just isn't interested in any of that. Maybe they have triggers. Maybe you have triggers. Do talk about it with your players and your DM. You will thank each other for it in the
Yes.
long run.
Yes.
Well, like the one Gikrim, like Ray's character is very open, and my character is very much not. But I use prestidigitation on her, and she's like, "Yeah, I just take my clothes off in front of you so you can get done what needs to get done." And my character's like that nerdy wizard.
also like 12.
Girl.
Yeah, I think he's like 17
No,
or something.
Yeah.
He's 17. He's
That's
not 12.
practically 12.
But she's like, yeah, man, I've been doing this forever.
I mean, she does have all them drugs, so.
I have a lot of drugs.
I mean,
Drug the bird.
She knows.
Drugged my bird.
She knows how to hawk shit.
Yep. Tits out. Barding. Tits out. But make sure to talk about it with your players. Maybe they're not comfortable with that.
Yeah. I mean, we were comfortable with it like before we went, so there's no
there's
ask.
only certain
We're already
things. There's only
crazy.
certain things that we do not talk about or do. We're pretty open with just about everything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost.
Yeah.
So.
Except that one.
Oh,
that
the
one.
kid?
I mean, I think.
That was fucked
I think the only thing is Drake was like,
we were not ready
you
for
guys were
that.
freaked out when we killed that kid, but I was like, I wasn't worried about killing that kid getting killed. I was just like, wait, there's somebody right there.
I know, that was my thing too. I'm
I was like,
I didn't know about him. I forgot about him. Save the other ones. Kill this fucker.
Yeah, right? Otherwise, I would have used my turn to do that.
So do pay attention to the map and any
If there is
people, if there is one, and anybody that's placed on it.
Yep.
Yeah, we were
Because you
distracted.
will kill a child on accident.
It was a zombie at that point when we killed him, so
Yeah.
just to make that clear, guys, we didn't just kill a child. He was a fucking zombie.
Zombie child. There was extenuating circumstances.
He did die in front of us,
That was-
and we're like, fuck. And
that
then he
was
was a
fucked.
zombie after that.
I just love how everybody was like, "Ah!" And Drake was just like, oh,
Yeah.
What did I
gosh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, do react at the table. If you're surprised, be surprised. If you're happy, be happy. If you're sad, be sad. It's fun.
Yeah, don't. No, I was just gonna say, don't be the asshole. It's just like, yeah, I saw it coming. This is lame. Don't be an ass. Don't be like that.
Be Travis Willingham at the table. Those are my favorite
Oh my
compilations of
God,
him reacting to
yes.
stuff that Matt Mercer does.
Especially the
It's just
scary
like,
stuff.
and it goes, like when he was doing that one character and it's just like this low moan. He's like,
Oh, the baby?
And he goes, and he goes, ah!
The baby faced like abomination type fucker that they had to fight.
Oh yeah,
And
that
Travis
one too.
is just like having a goddamn panic attack the whole time, and then he puts
Yeah.
the mini on. And, yeah. Oh.
Yell.
Yeah.
That was
If
perfect.
there's no noise ordinances, yell, laugh, scream, have a good
No
time.
noise ordinance.
Or if you don't
Yeah,
have
if you're
little
in an
ones that are
apartment,
sleeping.
you might wanna.
That's
If you have an apartment, if you're in an apartment, that might be one thing.
Yeah, be considerate to others, but have emotions.
Yeah.
The DM loves to see people scream at the table
Yeah.
for some scary
Yeah.
shit.
I mean,
That's
Drake-
like a DM
It
spread
lets them-
butter.
Drake was fucking fangirling.
Well, because you're trying to
Yeah.
connect.
And Drake was fangirling earlier when we were recalling the Gate Crim campaign.
Exactly.
They love that shit.
Yeah.
It means we're doing something right.
I was just pissed because my character is just like, oh my gosh, there's this great old hall of dwarves with a bunch of knowledge, which is what gets me hard. And they're like, yeah, you don't have access to any of it now. And I'm like,
You son of a bitch, let me in!
The knowledge.
I was looking so forward to going
I
to a
know.
library.
You poor thing.
Not anymore.
Womp womp.
What else? Do bring snacks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's just
money.
to bribe the GM.
Yes.
Or money for snacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we always have food, whether it's pizza or we've done Chinese before. Bring a little bit of cash or, again, snacks. If you need to bribe your GM, that's the perfect way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's
Right.
that? A +2 weapon I see here as you slide a 20 across the table.
Oh my gosh, is this pay to play now? Are we doing pay to play DM?
No, it's not required. It's just a tip.
Pay to win. It's
Oh.
pay to win.
Oh, yeah, that's what
You know
it is.
this,
It's a gachapon.
Pay to win.
This +5 weapon.
Yep.
It's behind the DM screen
Yes.
until your Cash App checks.
Yeah. Check your Venmo real quick. Yeah.
Yep.
That's when you can have your phone at the table, as if you Venmo your DM $20
Everything is
so
forgiven.
that you can get extra gold in the game.
Oh man.
Yeah, that'll work.
I hope to God none of you do this shit.
We bring
And I'm talking
snacks.
to listeners.
Oh, I ain't giving you a damn dime.
We give you a full-on Tarrasque.
Okay, that was cool. That was like at the end of the campaign. Like
That was pretty.
Hey,
That was pretty cool.
we appreciated
Okay,
that. That
I
stuff's
correct my
cool.
statement.
It's
But
because
I'm
they
talking
love
about
you.
like if you're
Yes.
like, hey, I need some extra gold because I want to buy said item. Here's $20 cash. Now give me the
like a
exchange
currency.
rate. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I love that.
if
But
if you're
I
a
mean,
baller-
I had no problem doing
Or
that because
EA.
that was
If you're
badass.
EA, that's how
Yeah.
that's gonna work.
Oh.
if you're a baller and you got money to blow, I'm sure your DM is not going to say no to an extra $20.
Shit,
$20
if you're
bucks
like
is
that, I'll be
$20,
the DM.
right?
If you're like that, I will be the DM. Let's go.
All right,
No, it's
feels
probably
dirty.
not.
we all got bills, bro. We all got
Shit,
bills.
I'll be the EA of fucking D&D if people are gonna pay me.
No,
we
you
already did
probably
that. We already
should.
did this episode.
I know.
Should you pay or should you not pay for D&D
I know.
games?
I forgot that we did that already.
What?
Yeah, we talked about like people who DM for money.
Yeah, it was kind of brief in
Oh.
an episode, but yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Oh, I thought it was a talking point. Okay.
Mm.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I mean, those are some do's and don'ts. Definitely. I mean, I'm sure there's
Yeah.
plenty more. But we could do like easily probably
Oh,
5-6
gosh.
episodes just on like
The shenanigans.
do's
Yeah.
and don'ts.
Because
But
this is all just etiquette. We're barely even talking about playing the game. You can take any of these do's and don'ts to a poker game, to any other tabletop.
To anything ever.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, smoking. I mean, none of us smoke in the group, so that's not an issue. But maybe it's an issue for
Right.
other
So
groups.
implement kind of
So
some kind
can
of
you
smoke,
smoke?
break for if
Yeah.
things are getting a little out of control. Okay,
You know.
everybody, let's just take a quick 5-minute break, get something to drink, go to the bathroom, have a smoke, shit like that.
I've been in campaigns where I've been the only non-smoker.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
you want to talk
really.
about
Oh wow.
yeah, and Up Against the Dragon.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
And literally it's like once every hour, like, okay, and we just started combat, or and thankfully like the DM was one that kind of had that Matt Mercer effect of like, and this is what you see, place the mini, 5-minute smoke break.
Yep.
And you're like,
The
everyone's
fuck?
like, okay, cool, I need a cigarette, and I'm like, can't we fight? And then you fuckers gonna have your post like, oh, that was so good, cigarette. Because like that's literally what it would be like, okay, smoke break. Combat would be like, your normal half hour, 45 minutes, and be like, oh, that was so good. Okay, let's loot the body. Well, first smoke break. Like,
Oh, the rage. The
Yeah.
rage in this man.
this is why I don't play Barbarian. Although it'd probably be very therapeutic.
I just think it's
for me.
interesting that like we all kind of have the same ideas about this stuff, but like these are some serious things. Like some people don't want to
Have kids
Like,
at a game.
RP flirting
Oh,
with people or things like
yeah.
that. Like they just don't. They don't want that because they just want a nice
Right, and
clean
it might be a
game.
little weird and awkward for those
Yeah.
those people or those around them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure if I
Right.
started flirting with Ray's character, my wife would be a little fucking weirded out.
Oh yeah.
I would love it.
Oh
A
yeah.
little weirded out.
Just saying.
She would.
Motherfucker,
She,
you'd probably be sleeping at my couch.
Oh, you're right.
She would take.
Yeah.
She would take care of you in real life and in game.
Yeah, you fuckers
Just-
would never see me again. She loves you, Ray, but she
She'd be like,
loves
"Where-"
me way too much.
that's.
She's like, "Where is Monkey standing?" I hit him.
And then she actually gets up and hits him.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
okay, well, how do you hit him? Here, watch. Pop!
Just
Like,
like
oh,
it
shit!
Yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, like, don't do that unless everybody's cool with it.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit of stuff here and there, but yeah.
Yeah,
ma-
talk it
sure.
over at the table.
Yep.
Like our
Back
game.
to session 0.
Yep.
Back to
Always.
we have kids. We're busy adults. So we have a lot of other things we have to pay attention to outside of the table. First and foremost, making sure nobody eats a dice, because that has definitely almost happened every
yes.
other game. Like, it's just a thing that happens with small children. They want to eat the dice.
Ollie is quick as fuck.
He's so fast.
Oh, dude. Here's
All
the thing now.
kids.
He doesn't try to eat them. Here's the thing that I worry about when we go back to fucking in person, dude. like Axel's the one that we're gonna have to worry about trying to eat dice because he's at that age.
Yeah.
Ollie's gonna fucking jack dice, and he's at that age like Muffin when we first started, where I roll,
Oh,
and he's
God.
literally gonna jack your dice and just start rolling it and be like, "Yay!" And you're like, "You rolled a 1, buddy. Good job!" Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I ain't touching that dice anymore. Here, you use this. Like, yeah.
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 We go anywhere, and he goes by my computer. He like runs because I have this monster
Oh yeah.
dice
So
just sitting on my
big.
desk. Dude, he grabs it and he'll roll that fucker like 3 times and be like, "Yay!" And I'll be like, sometimes I'm like, "Awesome job, bud. You rolled like a 19." And other times it's like, "Oh, you rolled a 2."
You're teaching him numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Another don't make dice looking dessert.
Don't make candy dice.
Don't make dice looking
Candy
snacks.
dice are fantastic though.
Do I roll this or eat this?
Right.
Speaking
Let's
of,
try it.
I did
Mhm.
see like a sugar dice like
Yeah.
package today.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
What?
huh? So yeah, when you rage, eat your dice and have everybody freak out. Like what the fuck? Yeah, it's
Ah!
it's a sugar cube, only it's in the shape of dice with numbers
Oh my
and
gosh.
colors and all.
I'm tired of this natural one shape.
Exactly. So
Or you
I
can
want-
tell your DM to eat his fucking dice. Eat your fucking dice, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah. So don't do that around your kids because they're gonna eat it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like sugar dice or something like that would be something that you would definitely want to go to, like, "Oh, hey, I went to like a Gen Con or met up with a group of people in a local game store and never met them before," and be like, "I play a barbarian." And like somehow find a way to have it like weighted.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, "This dice sucks." And just watch him be like,
Yep.
"This dude's fucking nuts," and like never plan on playing with him ever again. Just like try to
Right.
be that person that whenever they get a podcast or later, like they're in a nursing home playing D&D and be like, "I remember once I was playing the Dungeons and the Dragons, and this crazy motherfucker got so mad he just bit his dice like ah."
It's a good way to break the ice with a group.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it's a
they'll remember
great
ya.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part is they're gonna have a fucking story for the rest of their
Oh.
lives. Like,
Yep.
Right.
And if you go back to that game store that you just played at, they're gonna remember you too. Every
Right.
time.
And no
They're
one
gonna be like-
will loan you their dice.
No, but you might get discounts.
Yes.
"Hey, I forgot my dice." "No, you can't have them."
Well, why would you get discounts? I know you're going to have to buy dice at a certain point. So
Just incentive.
Hey, they might know, like, "Oh, hey, this motherfucker like rages and eats dice." We're gonna give him discounts because this
Yeah.
fucker's gonna spend some money.
Yep.
Why, your dice are just fake and they're sugared.
Right.
They don't have to know that.
They never.
No, I'm saying you would know that, they wouldn't.
Yep.
roll a d20. Boom. Give me a day.
Poop it out. Poop it out,
Oh
guys.
my gosh.
And then just text the group the picture of it. Like,
Oh
No.
No.
Oh, don't do that.
Why is there a piece of corn on? Oh, God.
It's brown now, too.
You didn't drop it in the mud.
Why is there a piece of cord? Just putting it next to for size.
What?
God.
And on that note,
It's like that Reddit thing where it's just like banana for size
Yeah.
or whatever it is. We got put.
always banana for scale. But yeah, why don't leave a comment below on your guys' favorite,
Do's and don'ts.
do's and don'ts in your home game. Hit us up on social media on Instagram and Twitter at Busy Adults. That's at BUSYADDULTS.
Yeah, and guys, let us know what you're going to be doing for your first campaign. Excuse me. First campaign together again. And yeah, we want to hear it.
Or if you've already had one, tell us what you did.
Yeah.
How'd you get back into the swing of things? Did you have, like we suggested, like just a fun one-shot or a, "Hey, we haven't seen each other, let's get some goofiness out, play some different games,
Yeah.
get in the swing
Yeah.
of things," and
Just
then
tell
be
us
like,
about
"Okay,
your
let's
home
do-"
games. We love it.
Yeah.
Maybe they have that nudist thing, and they got to get back into getting
Oh,
naked in front of each other,
God.
and you got to do strip poker, just to start it off with something nice and
Strip
easy.
poker that turns into swinging, that turns into just insane orgies. Got it. Yeah.
that it turns into the next Big Bang.
Oh my god.
Super crabs, guys.
And on that
Super
note,
crabs.
thanks for joining us. Like us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Listen to us on YouTube.
OnlyFans.
Dear God. And on that note, peace out, folks. This is Busy Adults Drake. Deuces.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hey everyone, this is Monkey again. Thanks for listening to the Busy Adults Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe for more of our latest content. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and have a great day.